Hello everyone, welcome back to the back nine of the Panther Open. This is the 4th Greater Peoria Tour stop, and here for you guys I have the MA3 card. Got Chris, got Justin, got Mike, got Liam. All 4 guys are doing a really great job out here in the wind, in one of the most notoriously windy courses, Washington Park. It is one of the first courses planted in the Peoria area, and the wind was definitely one of the design factors out here. So as you guys can see, it's mid-60s, which is comfortable, but man, that wind is getting gusty, and it's getting worse as we get closer to the afternoon. So we'll see these guys here finish up the first round, and this will be all that I have for you guys for the Panther Open. So I missed out on the second round, but I'll give you guys a sneak peek to what we saw for final results. But getting us into the start of the back nine for the first round. Hole 13, we just got off of a par 4, but now these players are having to practice finesse with a 194-foot par 3. Just a right to left moving shot. Try to play the skip or try not to, your choice, but this little tailwind's gonna be a challenge for these guys. So coming off the back pretty harshly. Yeah, that wind's gonna do some weird stuff and have these things kind of UFO off the grass. So good play there from Justin. Yeah. I would assume this would be pretty routine for these guys, but like I said, MA3, we're still trying to tackle the consistency out here, especially with the wind, so there might be some mystery in how the disc goes, but that's all right. So 3 out of the 4 hit circle 1. We'll see if Chris can get a putt. Come on, Chris. There's a strong start to the back nine. Well done. I think that was just outside of circle 1 too. Chris is actually one to stand and deliver from circle 2, so I appreciate seeing that. But a birdie tap in from Liam. Don't gloss over that. That was a great putt. Just a little high, kicks it right back. It's disappointing, but take that with some confidence, Mike. All right. 3 birds and a par. That'll carry us into the major sponsor for the Greater Peoria Tour. It is Power Grip. Thank you guys so very much for support of the tour. They are a European retailer made American, but they have a great brick and mortar store out in Bloomington, so check them out when you're in the area. Appreciate them supporting us. And hole 14, a 308-foot par 3. This is a left to right shot shape. Thank you very much. The English is still working, but you're just trying to miss the little pine tree there in the back. You want to get to the right, just in front of it, and the tailwind is just putting Justin's shot dead straight. And it'll fade left, so it'll be a pitch up for him for par. This is kind of what you're wanting to do here with this kind of wind. Liam actually has a lot of power on the forehand. He goes on the backhand side of this tree. I think Chris is looking to fade just in front of it. That's the best way to get close to the pin.
Oh, get up. There we go.
That's one of the ways to do it. That pine tree is cleared out underneath, so anything that goes underneath it will actually find a good quick skip. And I think Chris is going to enjoy seeing that on the green. All right, let's see what Mike has. Ah, same fate as Justin, which is all right. A little pitch up here, never hurt anyone. Get it close for a par. Good hyzer approach. Now I will say out here, there's a lot of course developments, not necessarily for the disc golf course. It's more for the ecosystem's integrity here. So there's a lot of drainage happening here at the course. It gets really rainy and it gets really swampy, and the neighborhoods are actually taking a hit for it. So they're doing a lot of drainage infrastructure work out here. So the right-hand side of this green, great putt from Chris, not to gloss over that, but all this mud over here is just new drain pipe being put in to help get the water over and out, as we see back there behind Mike. And then you'll also see it to the left-hand side of actually deep of the next fairway and left-hand side of hole 16. But Prodigy Discs, you guys all know them. They've supported this tour quite significantly, so thank you, Prodigy, for all that you've done. 351-foot par 3, hole 15. These guys are trying to just get under the very first tree on the left, hit the open air space, and get something moving right and short of this green. You go deep, and this is the one green where if you are long of the pin, you're going to have a bad time. So they're actually wanting to throw short, and that's okay. Yeah, Chris is doing exactly what I think the smartest play is. He throws a forehand out short, circles edge. That'll be great. Give you a great birdie chance and also a safe bid for the two. This is... Oh.
All right, good bud punk.
Yeah, that's a tough result. Out there at the right, he's not going to have any look at the basket, but Liam, following Chris's example, he puts himself in a better position too with a tailwind putt. There's Mike's forehand. I think that was the first we've seen today. He cuts through and finds himself very similar position to Justin. Oh, looks like he's just trying to punch through here with the forehand. Find a gap, hit it. Oh, and he hits a tree.
That's close.
He might have a putt getting through there. Mike just pitching up the little backhand, so, yep.
Pitch.
Payton on the phone, camera, getting some commentary in there too. I can't ever seem to be quiet when I'm out there on the disc golf course, so great run from Chris. Just can't quite put it in, but a safe bid for the birdie turns into an easy tap-in par.
Yes.
Enough said. Great putt, Liam. Justin does have a chance to clean it up, and he just maybe expecting a little bit of a tailwind to drop it. It was right on line. Alright, and you see here just, where Justin was a section of the course being torn up for this drainage work, and you'll see it here on the next hole, but yeah, you're definitely not wanting to bogey out here, but like I said, with the wind being as high as it is, it's only to be expected sometimes. So, Double Eagle Disc Golf from Bradenton, Florida, looking up to Central Illinois and saying, you know what, I think we're going to support disc golf up there. So, I want to thank the guys down there. They have a new youth team, our junior team, starting up, and I appreciate seeing that. So, thank you guys for your support of the sport. Hole 16, a 305-foot par 3. This will be a tail right to left with a little bit uphill from the tee pad. A lot of these guys are throwing a powerful hyzer if they can to get to the basket. Liam's going to be one to do that. He saws it off a little bit. He's going to find himself really far left with that right to left wind pushing him that way. So Chris is lining it up and saying, I got to get it out right. And I agree with you, Chris. You gotta. He started it on that. I think it's really overstable. That might have issues with the distance. He's going to be a little bit short, but it's still a good trust of the disc. Good line. Mike throwing it out wide. He sees a similar lift to Liam, and he'll end up left too, but that's a good distance. Then we see Justin. That's a trust of the width. Does that get close? There it is. Yep, he'll have a tailwind putt for bird. Let's see if he can clean that up. Whoa, trusting the headwind right to left. It nearly started moving backwards in the wind out here. Yeah, and that little spinny Annie putt that Mike has just gets hammered down by that wind, which is alright. He's close to the basket for his par. Oh! Yeah, he wanted it. I wanted it. Need to see some birds out here. Come on, Justin. There it is.
Yeah, you threw it slightly higher.
If you guys have been able to hear the ambiance, Chris is actually a very vocal player, and I really enjoyed being out here to get him on camera. He's a great sport. Things don't necessarily go his way all the time, but even if they don't, he's always a good say, good cheerleader for the rest of his card mates. So I appreciate seeing guys like Chris out there on the course. So Great Lakes Disc. If you guys haven't seen them online, go check them out. They're a fantastic retailer located in Michigan. Sell a lot of Discraft and DGA, but a lot of other options. So go check them out. And thank you, Great Lakes Discs, for sponsoring this tour. Moving on to hole 17, a 538-foot par 4. This is the second of 2 par 4s out here on the course. This is one where you're just trying to throw pretty much a dead straight shot to cut the distance down by 300, 350 feet, and then pick a gap and just try to hit the green here. So the creek stops what some people would throw rollers for their distance, but out in today with the tailwind, just throw something flat that's somewhat understable and it'll get you where you need to go. So that's a good example from Justin. He did test that tree right there in the middle. The main air gap is over to the right a little bit. That's one you can trust a little bit further right, and then that hill will actually kind of help skip you down left. Liam doing something similar. It's a little bit straighter path to the basket, but I think it just challenges the trees a little bit more. But still, good result. Let's see what Chris has for us. Oh, yeah, this one branch is the first tree on the right-hand side. It gets so many people who happen to pull their shot up a little bit high and right, so it's all right. Chris will have to scramble for his par, and Mike actually throwing a great shot out there in the middle of the right-hand side fairway. Yeah, hammers something overstable out to the left. He's just looking to pitch up to the bridge, which will leave him about 120 foot approach. So it's good trust. Let's see if Mike can trust his discs as well. It looks like that was a little bit of an early release, but he'll have a tailwind putt for the bird. I would like to see that go in. Liam trying to throw something up over this tree. Yeah, that just needs to hyzer down and sit. He goes a little deep. Yeah, the distance control for that kind of shot, you have to really throw it more like a grenade, just straight up and down. And a good snap from Justin puts it a little long. Sorry, I'm laughing. I think Chris held onto that a little bit longer than he wanted to. I like to feel that I can read players' emotions, but I need to kind of rein it in a little bit. And Mike pitches up. Oh, yep. It was a good bid from Liam and also from Justin. Just can't quite drop. Yep, that's a great par save from Chris. Oh no. We saw a similar rejection to Mike on the front nine when he hits it high. Yeah, that wind I think just kind of helps push it out, as well as the chains up. So you get closer to the top of the basket, like to get stiffer, just because you're hitting it close to an anchor point for the chain, so it just gets rigid and throws the disc out. So a bogey and some pars. Shout out to NADGT, the National Amateur Disc Golf Tour, for supporting us. Every winner from each division will actually be seeing an invitation to the Amateur Championships later this fall in Austin, Texas. It's a great time, and I'm excited for those players. So hole 18, 325-foot par 3. This is a left-to-right moving shot. I think all of the players will be heading that way to get to the basket here. So forehands or turnover backhand for the right-hand players, whatever floats your boat. And actually, for some people, the crazy hyzer play is viable. It kind of, I wouldn't say it's a riskier play, because the people I've seen actually take it do it well, just like Justin. So, well done, Justin. This wind is actually kind of a tail left to right, so we'll kind of smash that down, but it will lift these forehands up, and it lifts Chris's disc right there to circle's edge. So, well done. And also, guys, if you can remember, this is not our final hole. We have a whole nother 3 holes left to go, so stick with us for a little bit longer. Ooh, Mike's follow-through, putting them in the ponds that tend to accumulate in front of a handful of the tee pads out here. So one piece of improvement maybe the Peoria Frisbee Club can help out with. Course maintenance. Oh, Liam, his disc lifted out of his hand on the forehand. He wanted to get that either a little bit lower or a little bit more left, but it's still a chance.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic putt, Liam. Good birdie. Oh. Mike was inspired. He put it up into the tailwind. It just hits, and I get really frustrated with those little kind of edgy rollaways. Oh, Chris, great run.
Sorry, guys.
But, yeah. That looked like it hooked on his finger. I do those all the time when I'm not really feeling confident with the putt. It's just my wrist never articulates. I feel like I hold onto the disc too long. And Mike, giving it some confidence for the par cleanup, just couldn't put it in. We'll see another bogey. But this wind is definitely causing some challenges for this division. And yeah, anything close to even for these guys out here is a pretty solid round. And I'll cut that train of thought short. Thanks to OTB, one of the premier online retailers. I've shopped from them several times and I've never been disappointed, but go check them out as we get into hole 1 on the Washington Park course. 396-foot par 3. This is playing every bit of a par 4 for these guys, given the head left to right wind. A low tunnel out the gate. It's just try to throw something that can glide above the ground. It's a Calvin Heinberg shot, essentially, to get close. Liam would have the shot for it, but he leaves it a little high and left. But it looks like it sneaks through. Yeah, and it lifts and gets really left, so he's going to have almost a tailwind approach to the basket. That's the kind of shot that you want. Maybe something a little bit more overstable, but that little cut roll just puts him, Justin, right into the middle of the fairway, so no harm done. Pitch up for 3. Yep. So really, you just do not want to hit these first trees, the first tree on the left or the pine trees on the right, and drop to have a 300-foot approach, because even a 300-foot shot on this hole is tough. It kind of goes uphill, and then the basket's actually on a downhill on the backside, so it really plays tricks with the disc. Oh, and Chris, I think he babied that one, but I think he's in circle 1 or somewhere close. We'll see. And Justin turfs his. Yeah, that's the difficult part, is trusting the disc with some air. This is now a left to right wind for these guys. Just put it up, yeah, and let it hyzer out. That's great trust from Mike. Liam trying to put it close too for his par. Yeah, Justin out here in circle 2. And it looks like Mike's the only one close for a actual solid par bid. Oh, crafty with the zone. Yeah, Justin just kind of throws it up there and lets the disc fade out and try to lift into the chains. Doesn't quite get there, but that's all right. Oh. Seen a couple of those today from Chris, but I know when the wind is down, those would be in. And yeah, that wind pushed Liam's disc down and to the right. Which is all good. Good trust. But it'll net a 4, which, like I said, given today's conditions, the MA3 division is playing this as a par 4. So 4 is okay, but a 3 would be ideal. So good shooting there, Mike. That was a great 3. And we're going to move on to hole 2, but before that, our next sponsor, Underdog Sports. Definitely a rising star in the disc golf sport. They are a fantastic youth sports retailer in Peoria and Springfield, so thank you guys for kicking towards the tour. Hole 2, a 274-foot par 3. The only obstacles here really actually are this pine tree on the right-hand side and the tree on the left-hand side here. but most of these guys are probably going to run the risk of pushing something out there to the right in that rough that you see the guys putting from there in the flyover. But throw it 270 feet and keep it straight. That one's going to fade off left from Mike. He's going to have a ways to go for his approach. This is my preferred throw, the righty forehand. Let the headwind kind of lift it and keep it shy, but you have to trust the width. And Liam did just that, and he'll put himself at circle's edge. Oh, that's also potential for happening. It looks like Justin really hung it out wide.
Still a nice.
Turned it over a little bit, but it's good distance. He'll have a similar approach to Mike. See what Chris has.
Oh no! Hit that tree.
Oh, and doesn't quite listen, but it looks like, yeah, Chris, he just went into the brush right here, just pitching it up. That's tough. But it happens to a lot of amateurs, including me. Good pitch up from Mike. Justin just needs to do something similar. Ooh, it looks like, oh, maybe a bid. But it curls up safe. And Liam, the last chance for a bird. Oh. That's a good run. Be interesting to see what the scores would be out here for these guys if any putt that hit chains went in. Not that it's the basket's fault. I know 2024 is the year of complaining about baskets, but not here. We're not going to complain about these ones. The wind is definitely playing some tricks, and some cautiousness on the green is keeping some of the putts out. So once again, guys, this is the final hole for round 1 of the Greater Peoria Tour, stop number 4. This is the Panther Open, Washington Park. Hole 3, a 334-foot par 3. This will be a tough one, actually, to close out the round here for these guys. But the main obstacle, you just try to throw something straight and try to miss that very last tree in the middle of the fairway. It's actually a bundle of trees, and you want to go either just right of it or just left. And it looks like Mike is fading out just in front of it. He's going to have a tough circle 2 look to close it out. And Liam hangs this low. Does it get some edge? It does, and it looks like he pumped it deep. Here's Justin hanging something left, and
Come on in.
whoa!
Wow. I want to get some air bounce. Oh, dude, I need one of those.
That literally air bounced through the branches on the first dead tree on the left, and then through the branches of the tree in the middle of the fairway. That was the most interesting shot I've seen this year. Maybe I'll do a follow flight and release it as a short, who knows. But yeah, just hitting a little early from Chris and pitching it up for par. Let's see what Mike has here. Putting it high. Oh, it's good height. Couldn't quite close it.
Get in. Yeah!
From deep, Justin. Final hole for the round. Gets himself under par. Well done. Yeah, that's a good pick-me-up. He'll have some excitement going into round 2, which sadly I do not have recorded, but Justin, I would have enjoyed seeing some highlights from you in round 2. Liam pitching up to close out par, and a pretty solid round. I think we'll find Liam in the podium right now, but we'll see how round 2 shakes out for them. But just some cleanups here. And once again, guys, before we get into the final parts of the video, I just want to thank you guys for your viewership. Please, if you guys would like, comment, subscribe, leave some feedback, whatever you guys enjoyed seeing, whatever you'd like to see in the future. But you guys are awesome, and I appreciate you guys coming to the channel to check out the Greater Peoria Tour. As you see here, the top 5 scores for the first round. We got Liam at the top with his 3 under. We got Brady Smith shooting similar score, and Chris Schmidt as well. So, yep, as we see the very final standings we have. yeah, these guys shooting just under par both rounds. Yeah, just get a look at these names here. They're weekend warriors, always coming out for all these events. I appreciate seeing them, always checking out the events and supporting the tour. So this tour is for all of you guys out there, so thanks for joining. We'll catch you at the next one.